slipping through the cracks, but these two gumshoes are picking up the slack. There's no case to be.
Hey, everybody, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people. Featuring, as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey.
When you need help, just call
Chris.
Rescue Ranger.
Chris.
Taboo.
I love it. Yeah, I would be a rescue ranger, for sure. Absolutely. My heterosexual light mate, Dave.
Yellow.
Dave. What's that from?
Tailspin.
Oh, good boy.
Yeah. Don't even. What you doing? And the ever-loving, ever-quizzing AJ. Yeah, that's your alter ego for sure. Nicely done,
With the
sir.
Pink Panther and Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah, maybe Clouseau.
It's more the calm, the relaxed.
yeah.
Just
Like
the,
the burger.
Well, Delta Bechel.
That was the best part of the Steve Martin one.
Yeah, I agree.
Was
That
the
was,
hamburger scene.
that was pretty
That
funny.
was probably the only good part.
That's true. The rest of it was not. So
yeah, I have to admit, I only remember that movie as in great disappointment, and I have not watched it since.
No, it. The OG
They made a
ones are
sequel
It
to
had
boot,
potential.
did they?
Yeah,
They did.
sure.
Yeah, I never saw the sequel.
That's wild. That movie had a sequel.
You're right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I never saw the sequel.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
Back in the day when they just gave money to everything.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
nowadays.
Now it's like, you gotta.
Back
Like
in
when I look
my
back
day.
30 years when I was 10 years old, I got money all the time.
All the
Never had to
time.
work.
Birthday money
Fuck.
here, birthday money there.
Exactly. Now that I'm old, I don't get this shit and I got to work.
Bullshit.
God damn it.
Man.
My mom
Times
got
change.
$5 every year from my great aunt until she died when she was 96 or something.
Oh.
So what is that? 5 times 96.
Well, it wouldn't be as long as my aunt was alive.
Oh,
it would be
yeah.
as long as my
Oh, right.
mom was alive.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, then. I'll just-
You know what's funny?
Can't tell you that.
My grandmother did that she would do this for every grandchild in the family. $5 until you hit 18, and then when you hit 18, she'd take you out to a restaurant of your choice, and that was it. After that,
You paid for your own meal?
no, she paid for it.
She expected you to save all the $5 is.
Yeah, no, Grandma Georgina. Yeah, I always
that's
just knew her
awesome.
as Grandma Georgina, and just she does this with every I guess in her case grandchild. That's the word I'm looking for.
That's right. Yep,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
But not great grandchildren. Fuck them.
I don't.
Whoa.
So she does it too, because even my kids get the $5 and the happy birthday in the mail.
Damn.
I don't know if they get the dinners though.
crazy.
That'll be interesting.
They don't
Yeah.
get it
She's
right
like
now, though. No
she's
mail.
more or less a bank for the
Yeah.
family. She gives
Yeah,
out $5.
She's one of those
Every time.
lovely family members that when I was young, I thought she was the most horrible, awful in every possible way. As I've gotten older, and either I've listened harder or she's
You're
just
horrible
shared
in every
more.
possible
Yeah.
way. So you
No,
relate?
she's just she's worked her ass off. She doesn't put up with shit from anybody. She's one of those. Fuck, I would kind of realize this. I wish I'd realized this when I was younger.
Yeah.
Give a little bit more of that head nod and.
Well, also, it sounds like because she gave you $5 every year, she felt like she could fucking teach you how she felt like
Yeah.
it. You know
Well, I
what
didn't see
mean?
them too often because back in those days she lived further away. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
just every
yeah.
time I see her now, she's just very much in the hey, how's it going? That's good. How about
Hey,
you?
that's
And then she
okay.
bitches and complains about everything going wrong,
love it.
like a good old lady. Love
I
it.
love it. I love
Is that what we're talking about?
Of course.
No, that is not what we're talking about.
What?
We are talking
I thought we
about.
were talking about just my grandma Georgina.
That's right. Yes, the whole episode I heard. No, we're talking about taboo topics.
Taboo, like the game, like the board
Yeah,
game Taboo.
right, the game that no one plays even.
I don't
the
think I've
buzzer?
ever played it.
Yeah, I think I played it.
Yeah, I don't know. if
Isn't
I've
it like
ever played
No.
Isn't it essentially password?
Probably.
Right?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
but
I've
that's
ever
not what
played
we're talking about either. We're talking about taboo topics, the things we're not supposed to talk about. More importantly, why we're not supposed to
The
talk
7
about
words
them.
we're not supposed to say on radio.
Yeah, booger face,
Tits, fart,
tits,
turd,
fart.
twat, cocksucker, motherfucker,
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit.
shit, piss.
Twat I've always found
piss.
funny because it's something they say a lot over in Europe that's just normal.
Yeah, I know.
Here it's pretty rough.
I know, yeah.
It's over the line.
I think that was Carlin's point, the absurdity of the fucking
Yeah.
7 words
Yes.
you can't say, which
Yes.
is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, it's often based on where you're at.
Yeah,
Living
absolutely.
wise, I mean.
absolutely. But it is funny how those 7 words are still like taboo.
Yeah.
But
I have to
these are
admit, the C is one that throws me off still.
What? I'll say it.
Cunt. Yeah.
Cunt, yeah, that's it.
Like I have to
I
say it.
know.
Like just saying it. Like,
You
ooh.
guys.
I know.
Yeah,
but
'cause to
it's
me-
just a word.
Well, and again, it is just a word, but to me, it's above fuck.
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like-
we say fuck pretty regularly.
Yeah,
you
that's
know what
true.
I mean? Like it's in our
again,
vocabulary.
I think again with fuck, it depends on the connotation of the word itself.
Somebody can even say it, look it right in the face, and say, you're such a fucking asshole. I'm okay with that.
No, yeah, like you obviously understand they're emphasizing, but it's not like you're not like mad.
No, I'm not
But if somebody
mad.
called me a fucking cunt, I'd be
whoa, over the line. We're ready to
Hold
fisticuffs.
on now. Here we go.
I guess I just watched too much episodes of The Boys.
I guess
I'm
so.
desensitized.
I guess so.
Yeah, no, to me,
No.
it's the if you want to piss me off, say that to me.
Because in
Yeah.
other parts of the world, like in like Australia and stuff like that, it's just like saying "the asshole."
Yeah. I
Right.
know. I get that. I do understand. It's just for me, if I ever went to Australia and I was there long enough that I started hearing people just say, hey, yeah, you cunt. Like, however they actually greet one another.
Yeah.
I could never get used to it, I don't think.
Yeah.
I would
Well,
be-
I could definitely get used to it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, it does have a huge, huge weight to it, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
We
in our
we
culture.
curse like sailors in my house. So
That's true. That's true.
I used to curse a lot more. I've become a little bit more old manish, I think.
my wife has trucker mouth.
Yeah. I try.
and she swears a lot too.
That's true. That's true. I try to use my swearing and like I do swear, but I try not to overuse it. I try to, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Makes
like I
sense.
don't think I overuse. I still enjoy listening to my children play
Except-
video games. It's
Except for the
hilarious.
podcast, we definitely fucking swear a lot on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's for true. You say you swear at your kids? What?
No, the kids, they swear a lot when they're playing video games.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Well, that's
I swear
fair.
at my kids.
yeah.
I swear at my video games too. I get it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get
Oh,
the same thing,
yeah.
all the time.
I say bad things.
Oh my god! Dude, what the? I probably swear the most at my video. Well, that and traffic for sure, for sure. I have such road rage these days.
You use the N word, don't you?
No. I don't use Nightman. I don't use that.
No,
don't
I
do
have to admit, I had that good
no.
conversation with my
I don't.
nephew just like 2 days ago. It's like I'm looking at it like, shit, like, I would call you almost anything, except I would not use the
Not that
N-word.
word, yeah.
And he's like, but why not? I'm like,
It's true.
I don't know. I have to
I
admit.
know, it's just a weird thing.
We-
Yeah.
we had
You
it-
could call me a cracker, which is
Oh,
somewhat
fine,
the
I don't give
same,
a shit. Yeah.
but I could not call you.
I find being called a cracker insulting.
Did I ever tell the
Yeah.
story when I was in
Well,
college?
because it refers to the cracker of the whip, the person
Yeah.
who did that.
Yes.
around
Not a
slaves.
saltine.
No,
not,
yeah.
not like white
Not
bread.
a Breton.
Yeah, no.
No.
It
No.
is. It
That's
is-
a brown cracker too.
That is a brown. That's a good point. Yeah. Good call.
But yeah,
Yeah, no.
or it's like when certain groups of people call other groups of people breeders.
Yeah.
I find it offensive.
It's it is on the offensive
I'm
side.
like, I don't.
Well,
I
they're
don't- I don't-
using
I'm
it.
not
They're
a-
trying to use it offensively,
I'm
right?
and right, like
Right.
fucking breeders.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not calling those people the derogatory terms for their lifestyle or
Sure.
their
Yeah.
way of life.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
hear
Because
you.
it's not
That's pretty.
because
that's
it's not
a pretty
appropriate.
Fair, that's a
Yeah.
pretty fair offensive term. Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite still, I went through college, a good buddy of mine, he used to call me cracker all the time. I never realized he was making like a racial joke. I just thought he called me a cracker. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm a
Yeah.
cracker.
Was he a person of color?
He was. He had to explain it to me. It was quite entertaining.
Did he explain that, or the cracker?
Not quite the same way, I have to admit. Yeah, I never understood quite that level of
No,
what
I
it
don't know
meant.
where honky comes from. That's just funny.
I think honky just like the whole honky
Honk.
Honk. What the fuck?
Was
Our
that like
obsession-
a
white-
donkey pig?
White man's obsession with boot. No, I think it's one of the
Honky.
honky tonk country.
Oh,
I think
maybe.
that's probably where
Maybe.
it comes from.
I
could
always
be
just
wrong.
thought,
I
what
find
do we
that
do with
less
the pigs?
offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't get offended terribly easy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it is a choice to be offended.
Well, yeah, I
It's
guess
to
it
be
also
offensive.
depends what they're trying to do. Like, do I
Yes,
really
Again,
care?
it depends on
And-
the connotation, right?
Yeah,
It's
that,
like, absolutely. You call
Oh, yeah.
someone a dirty ass poopy head. you
It's
know?
like if there's a hard R or not.
Okay, that's true. That's a thing.
It
It's
is.
true. Yeah,
But
you're
I
right.
mean, it's still not right.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Me to
calling.
say.
You don't want to be out there calling people wiggers and stuff. You don't want to do that.
I mean,
at
you can.
all.
That's okay.
What?
That's okay.
Oh, that's okay.
You can say
actually.
that.
That's true. I remember when that was a big term in the '90s. I'm like, okay,
Oh,
relax.
100%.
Relax.
I was one of
everyone.
them.
So silly. Yeah, you were.
I was
You've
definitely-
explained yourself as
I
one
was one of
numerous
them.
times in this episode.
Oh, yeah, I wore cross colors clothing
That's funny.
that we would get from the United States of America.
Hilarious. You know, I did want to dress like Crisscross as a kid.
Oh, see, I couldn't.
I tried.
I did it for I did
Yeah.
it for a Halloween dance.
Oh yeah,
because I was
Nice.
lazy and didn't
That's a
want
good
to
one.
buy a costume. So
I have a
just
dumb
put my clothes
question.
on backwards.
yeah,
How did you actually get your fucking things to button properly in the back? That was my
yeah.
big
That part I
challenge.
did.
Oh,
That was
you just-
hard.
You just did it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
like
challenged.
your shirt or whatever.
Well,
Or
it was
your
the
pants.
shirt, but also the pants.
Well,
The
the shirt
pants
I
was
just
the
kind
easy
of put
part.
on with it already buttoned
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
my pants were too.
It
Well, it was
just
the
was-
'90s. My pants were too tight for that.
It's
Oh,
true,
see, but
true.
that's then you're not wearing
The right
crisscross
one.
pants.
You know what? I think I was just trying to do
You
the
have to wear
crisscross.
big
Yeah,
baggy
yeah.
fucking clothes.
I
to-
never had
true
big
to do
baggy as
that.
a kid. Yeah,
You know what? It was really uncomfortable wearing your clothes like that. It wasn't
baggy or backwards.
backwards.
Yeah, and baggy.
And baggy.
I've ruined so many pairs of pants when I
I
was a
know.
kid from stepping on the fucking.
Oh yeah.
The amount of times I
Big
hop
heel a
fences
little
in
bit.
baggy pants that tore them up, man. So many, like it's all the time.
I can always remember the ones that was a hilarious one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So remember BJ and I, we just didn't want to run and we just stood there. Yeah, they went that way.
Yeah.
The dude ran after you.
They gone. Yeah.
We're sort of talking about our
Little
topic.
bit, little bit. Taboo topic. Past the statute of limitation. Yeah. So swearing.
Swearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is somewhat
cussing.
taboo-ish.
Cursing.
Shit, a little too bit taboo.
I
It's
remember
more
actually-
accepted in
Yeah, it's,
modern society.
it also depends whom you're speaking with.
True.
That
And
is a big
which
thing.
area of
yeah,
life you're in.
Yeah, there's lots of variations and all that. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's one of the taboo things that is always funny because depending on age, culture, bring up, society, taboo differs
That's
from place to
true.
place.
That's true.
Like, here it's a little strange to talk about your personal sexuality, things like
Sure.
that. But I would say it's far more common here than if you were to go to to other countries.
I would
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right. It is, and it's to identify as such.
Oh, yeah,
is
even more. Yeah, yeah.
interesting as so because you're right. Many other countries would not have that.
Yeah,
same.
even the topic or the thought or
Yeah.
No, it's just not there. And even for here, depending on age and other elements, it still somewhat changes things. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
a taboo is
You're right. And in our culture, sex and sexual identity
sex, yeah.
was quite taboo for
Yep.
many, many, many years and generations. And I think recently it's becoming increasingly more common. And and
from what
more-
we're used to.
for
For
what-
sure.
yeah, definitely for what we're used to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like it's natural progressions for like things like Baywatch and and,
Well, no, but
and
even
barbed
more.
wire. Sorry,
not-
Pam. Sorry, shout out to Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
but-
Again, it's one of those isms like, when I was younger and my sisters were younger, like, talking about, having your period, things like that. You didn't really talk about it all.
No.
right,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
I still find it, and again, it's the good funny, but it fucking made me laugh my ass off when my lovely child starts telling me about how she's having a rough day because of her period and how it just seems a bit more fluid than her. And I'm just looking like my jaw's dropped. Like,
Like I don't want to.
It wasn't a don't want.
but again, it's where it's coming from too. It's like I could handle that hearing that from my wife, but I don't think I'd be able to handle that hearing that from my daughter.
no, well, no, that's a fair. But yeah,
That's
I have to
true.
admit, I was okay with it. More was just the caught off guard on the you're sharing this with me. I'm like,
yeah, oh, yeah.
I'm like, shit, I have no idea what this really means. And she's like, I know, I'm just sharing because I'm really frustrated. And then she walked away and played video games and called people assholes and shitheads.
well, at least she could rely on you to at least kind of vent that off.
Well, no, that's what
I mean,
made me feel good. That sense
Yeah.
of, that thing that, back when I was a kid, the idea of my sister talking about this with my father seems like, I don't believe it would ever have happened.
never would have happened.
The fact that, my child would actually go and just share this openly and so laid back from her perspective, like she was rough, but it was that sort of just share.
yeah,
I was fine with it.
I
She was
don't-
fine with it. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think I ever had the sex talk with my parents.
Mm.
I love my mother. Oh, I had the sex talk when I was like 6 years old. I was the
Ah.
expert growing up. Fuck.
Oh, see, I knew what like the whole where babies come from thing,
Uh-huh.
but it never had the like, man, like you're turning 14 now and you're gonna start
Yeah,
feeling
I love the
stuff and
sound.
Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. No, there was none of that.
no,
No,
It was just more like, you know what's going on, right? I was like, I know what's going on. I know what's
Yeah.
up.
so I
know
did
know
not
it's
get
up,
to
and
this.
It's my penis.
Wrap
It's
wrap
right
wrap your
up.
whacker before you attack her.
Yeah. It's one of those, and I say this as lovingly as I can. I'll always remember that I would have been maybe 7, 8 because we were still in Stratford at the time, and I don't know why my lovely, wonderful mother got in her head. She showed me how a condom gets put on by using a banana.
No fucking
Yep.
way.
That's too early to know.
Wait,
Yep.
and wow, your mom?
Talk
Yeah.
about taboo.
I'll
Yeah.
say that is
Yeah.
taboo.
Oh, but if she was here, she'd be like, but now,
Jesus. Was
since
she
I
married to
showed you
Eugene
that,
Levy?
when did you know how to use it? And I'd have to answer, well, forever.
Ah, for fuck's sakes.
So,
Yeah, but I mean, we learned that in health. At least I did.
I
Learned that in
agree.
like health
Yes,
class
yes,
at like
yes.
age 12.
oh yeah,
or some
we
shit.
again, it
You
came
wanna-
up there
I just
too.
wouldn't want to associate that with my mother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
right?
My mother,
Yeah.
no, yeah, yep,
Wow, lucky you, buddy.
yeah.
This is why it's so funny, folks. This is it
Yeah,
right here.
life
A
is
situation
great.
Like this.
Yeah. I think part of
Oh,
it
man.
was that when she was younger, she'd learned nothing and felt very, lost, and
Yeah, gotta give respect to that.
so yep.
Yeah. So my sex, I think I was like 9 or 10, and my dad was really drunk and came out of the blue. He's like, "You gonna have sex? Gotta make sure you put a condom on it." He's like, "Bet," and he was really angry about the condom. He threw one at me. I'm like, "What the fuck am I gonna do with this?" Then the condom stayed in my wallet till like I was 16, and I finally used it.
Nice.
I was gonna say, dude.
Yeah.
I'd
By the way,
be
for any
kidding. I
young
didn't.
listeners, don't actually keep a condom in your wallet.
No, don't do that.
No. Backpack, sort of that works fine, but not in your fucking wallet.
And condoms don't last 6 years. They
No.
don't
No,
last
God,
6
yeah,
years,
there's
do
that
not.
too. Yeah, do look
I
at your
was-
expiry dates. Keep up
I
to
was gonna
date.
say, I always thought funny that they had expiry dates on them.
I thought that
I
too.
always thought.
Who's yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more about the chemicals in it per se.
Sure.
Yeah. Definitely
Yeah.
don't put it in your wallet. Again, if you're in that moment when you
Well, it's because
must.
latex breaks down
Yeah, it does.
Right.
over time.
Yeah. Yeah, so at one point you would go to pop the condom out, and there's not much of a condom, just the rubber band thing at the bottom.
yeah.
Mm. Have you had the sex talk with Curtis or?
So,
Samuel?
sort of. Again, much like somebody was already describing, much of the sex talk with AJ, whereas hey, has everything been explained? You understand
You
sex?
see Pornhub,
Be
right?
safe.
Yeah.
You know what's
You
funny?
know you can't get pregnant if you do it in the pooper, right?
Yeah, oral's fine because no one's getting pregnant.
Yeah, that too.
Oh god! So I have not
That's
gotten
like
to that
genocide,
level.
though.
I have
Pardon?
not
That's like a
gotten.
genocide, though, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
good
millions are
lord! Oh,
Yeah.
wow!
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yep.
That's
Nice, nice.
Did you love this podcast?
Yeah.
You love
How
this
about those
business?
liberals, eh? Fuck.
Oh my god.
Woo.
Yep.
Insert
yeah.
political semen joke here.
Semen.
So yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
That's
but
good
yeah.
times.
You have to, so it's one of those. That's one of those things that you just generally wouldn't talk. You certainly wouldn't bring it up at like a dinner party.
No. Hey, everyone, I'm glad I got you
So,
here
semen,
today.
eh?
Glad you gathered here. We're gonna have the sex talk now. Kids,
That
See,
would be
I got
kind
a banana. You know, put the condom on.
Oh man,
my
could
gosh.
you imagine sex talks nowadays? Though it's like you got like a banana and a donut, and you put. But that's not everybody. Sometimes the donuts like to smush against each other. Sometimes the bananas like to smack against each other.
Sometimes donuts
Sometimes
don't
the
want to
donuts
touch.
in the back of the person.
Oh,
Sometimes
my good
donuts want to be
Lord.
touched by anybody, babe. They want everyone around them to watch.
Okay.
Sometimes one donut likes many bananas.
No. And
Can't get enough
often,
of the
one
bananas.
banana likes many donuts.
That's just exactly. Sometimes the
Man,
donut.
sex ed would be fucking hard to teach nowadays. I tell you what.
Oh god!
I
yeah.
bet you they just put on YouTube videos. All they do. Like, you watch
They
this,
have a
okay.
special Mr. Beast fucking sex talk video, so kids will fucking pay attention.
Okay, everybody.
It's Logan Paul here.
There we go. This episode is brought to you by Sky. How many do you drink? Oh my gosh. We got a competition for you today. For everybody that sticks to this class, we're going to teach you all about sex.
We'll give you $10,000 and a Mr. Beast chocolate bar.
And we're gonna bring out #1 OF model.
You know what I love is we make these jokes and they're good. Fuck, what movie was it? Where they're in a freaking university hall and the guy starts having sex with his co-teacher to demonstrate to the class how sex is and what the effects are. Fuck. I can only remember the scene. I cannot remember the movie.
It's probably some silly spoof parody type movie.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It was a
Like-
good one.
Like a scurry movie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was a good one.
That-
This is like back from the 80s to boot. I'm just going from the memory scene of my own.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just
Either.
remember the scene. I just remember the scene, and yeah, it was entertaining.
That sounds fun.
Which is one of those things I always love, that we talk about these things, and it is changing. I'm not disputing that. But even you go back 40, 50 years, people were making a similar joke. It was just a different phase.
Porkies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That was our era, right? Yeah, definitely these things.
Reefer
have,
Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sex is interestingly taboo.
Oh yeah, sex is definitely one of those taboos.
It like walks the gray line of taboo and not.
Yeah.
It depends on how far into your kink you want to go.
Yeah, but there's the weird thing about today is there's so many. Everybody can find a community. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's that, but it's even more. What I love about it, it's still taboo in the sense that if we got together for dinner with our better halves and all that. Oh, so what did you do last night? Oh, Shannon and I, we had a great night. Had some great sex.
You wouldn't talk about being a
Lasted
furry.
for about, yeah. She does need to trim a little bit, and she'd be like, "Yeah, well, he shot a little early, but it was a good night." Like, imagine having
do you wear
that
mascot
dinner.
costumes?
Do you think in like nudist colonies they have conversations like that? Because you're right. Who would that get?
That would be fucking hilarious.
I
Dude
mean-
gets out, he's lying down, and then a guy beside him goes, "Dude, you need to tidy up down there a little bit, eh?"
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like, what the
probably.
fuck? Like, yo, you checking my shit out?
Well, no.
Avert your eyes, man.
It's
Avert
like checking your
eyes.
hair out. Like, I'm sorry, if you're going to be a nudist, you could not be angry that somebody's critiquing.
I don't think you'd be angry if someone just starts stroking it in public, right? Because I mean,
I think that's
I
a
give
nudie
my
no-no.
head. But see, here's the thing, though. I scratch my head.
Oh, you can scratch your balls.
Yeah,
Nothing
okay,
wrong with
fair.
scratching your balls.
But what if I'm like giving myself a head massage as I just sit on the street?
Jerking your Johnson is completely different.
How
than
is that
scratching
different?
your
I'm
noggin.
What if
massaging.
he? Yeah. What if
I'm
he?
just massaging
what
my
if
head.
he massages
in
his head till
3
he
to 5
sweats?
minutes, you just spit on the fucking sidewalk and walk away?
Well, sometimes I spit on the sidewalk and walk away. Yeah.
After you're sitting there rubbing your
I'm
noggin?
after I'm there scratching my hair, my noggin.
Yourself noggin nuzzles, you fucking sport right on the fucking... I'm done.
Talk to him.
Dave fucking whips out a smoke and starts walking down the street. No, it's not the same.
I don't know.
It's the same.
It's quite the
It's pretty
same.
much the same thing.
I'm
really.
scratching, rubbing my
not
head,
the same.
enjoying, and then when I'm done, I spit.
You can even do it both at the same time.
Well, no, that's illegal.
If you do it at the same time, you can implode or something, right?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you won't have enough energy for both. Both. That's true.
I just love that we
Oh
have
my God.
compared scratching. That is so awesome. I'm never gonna.
I didn't compare it.
Oh.
You
No,
compared it.
It was your. I mean, I support it, but it was your concoction.
That was your
It was my concoction.
concoction. Oh my goodness. Contribution. Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Cheese in my day, but I've never seen a country.
Ew.
Oh, nice.
So that was taboo.
Many levels, loved it.
Oh.
Oh,
So yeah, other taboos. Finances.
Yep,
The
that's a
moolah, the money, bills. That's pretty taboo.
oh yeah.
And people are very, I think, personal with their financial shit.
Mhm.
It's how we're taught and brought up. Like I have to admit,
Yeah.
like it was always, you don't share, don't try. And again, even
Well, that's
in-
probably
True.
because if you do that, you're then divulging what class of life you live in, and then that can inhibit you from moving forward in other
Right.
parts of your
Protecting
life.
your status,
potentially.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So if you are, you live on the poor end, whatever. It can be a lot of things, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those I have to admit, like I will admit that generally if I trust, and again, there you go, trust it, because that's part of taboo. If I trust somebody, I'll often open up my doors a lot more. of
That's
course.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's even things like, how much you make. What's your salary? There's
Right,
nothing
people don't talk
illegal.
about it,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
there's nothing illegal about really
No.
sharing these things, but
No, people don't do it.
you don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Because I have to admit, even if now it is, as I already alluded though, like if some random stranger, so dude, how much do you make a year? Like what?
What do you care?
It's
Yeah.
personal. Yeah. It has that personal feel.
I guess I automatically divulge that when people are like, what do you do for? I'm a stay-at-home dad.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, you don't make any money, do you?
But you know what's funny? You will readily provide that information if it's required by, say, like a bank
Oh yeah.
or something, which is interested. Do you know what I mean?
Not really,
Well,
they
because
already know.
you want what they have.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. If
So-
I'm disclosing, it's because I
So
want
if
something.
if let's say a friend, you had wanted something from a friend, but a friend's only request was, let me know what you make a
What
year.
your financial status is.
You're like, okay, sure, I guess
You
I'll
can
tell
come
you.
for dinner with us, but
but I need to know what you make a year.
Well,
so.
and you're somewhat covering part of it in there. I do think that it's one of those things even recently have heard more often, I do remember back in the old days, it was just, hey, let's get together. And it was just, everybody knew you paid for your own.
Right.
Nowadays, I'm often asked up front, hey, are we paying for our own or are we going to split? Even before we actually get there. Because there's that whole, and now I will admit, these were younger than me by more than I probably should admit.
Yeah.
But they're coworkers in that sense of, we happen to be out, wasn't corporately sponsored because it was just us getting together for some shits and stuff. And it's one of those, the two of them are like, what's that when they split the bill? You just table it, you split the table.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, Dave, you want to split the table tonight? I have to admit, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What do you want? We'll just split the bill versus keeping track of who gets what.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah. And
So like if Dave drinks 3 beers but you only drink 2 beers, you end up paying more than or the same amount as Dave.
That's interesting. So like we've obviously all gone out to dinner together and we split, but we'll get like multiple plates sometimes too.
Oh,
right?
well, yeah.
Food wise, I mean, it's different. But
No,
like
you're
drinks,
right.
we always typically pay for our own drinks. We might buy each other rounds. Yeah.
I've done that a lot where even the guys I go out with where we split the food,
But
it's always that game
that's
of
when
pitchers.
But that's when you're game to share.
Exactly.
Right? Like you're
Yes.
different.
You're
That
buying
is
something with the point of sharing.
Right.
Yeah,
with
that's
other
a fair
people.
argument too. Yeah, because it's me saying I'm going to buy a pitcher and you're all welcome to it, and so you have some, and then you buy a pitcher, which I take some of.
Yeah.
And we have bought
I
rounds.
didn't offer.
And I guess like I always felt
But
like
like
it
if we go
always
for
equaled
dinner
out.
and you have a steak and fries and you have a hamburger and fries and all I have is a Caesar salad, but I'm paying $17 when my Caesar salad was only $12.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. Someone's getting the short end of the stick,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you're right.
But see,
Someone's
that's
getting a
how
good
our
deal.
mind thinks.
It's true, eh?
Yeah,
It's true.
Now maybe it's also upbringing because I will admit the two I was out with, they I believe have come from that higher-ish family than what we're used to.
Yeah.
See, I was always told to if you're going on a date with somebody, pay for it.
Now that's more of that 50-50 I hear. Not that I've dated in forever.
Well, I could
I'd
say
still do it personally.
it really all depends on the situation.
Yeah, and their
Right.
opinion,
But,
because
like,
maybe they don't
no.
want you to pay.
Well, then fuck them. They don't have to eat my
Well, they
food.
want you to fuck them, but after
I don't
they've met
eat my
you.
food.
That's right. That's right. Like, don't get me wrong. I do like to pay if it's with someone I like, but I understand going
50-50.
50-50 too.
Yeah.
It's not a bad
I
thing.
will say
I have done that too.
that
many years ago. but I've
if
done it.
my wife ever realizes she can do better and dumps my ass, I will happily let women pay for my meals.
Exactly. Yeah. Take ownership.
I
on
will.
this.
I will.
Oh,
Yeah, show me.
Show me you want this.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Show me you need this.
Buy me dinner.
Buy me dinner.
Buy me
Right
dinner,
now.
bitch.
Give me
That's
Popeyes,
right.
bitch.
Yeah, I'm not a
right now.
Popeyes guy.
That's right. Remember we're talking about that.
No Popeyes
It's
for me.
more Osmos now.
Yeah,
KFC.
Yeah, no, maybe once in a while, but that's a past. too.
Nikki picked up. She was at the store the other day. and She picked up KFC KD.
Oh, have you
Yeah,
had any
no.
yet? No.
I want to.
Yeah, at least a
But,
bite.
but
At least
I'm
a bite.
nervous.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it their is it
It's
their
craft
macaroni
dinner.
salad?
With
No, it's
their
craft
seasoning.
dinner, but it's KD flavored or KFC flavored. So I have a feeling it's gonna taste like KFC gravy and mac and cheese or some shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay, yeah, on our
that's
next whatever.
taboo-ish.
Yeah, right?
What the fuck is that,
Well, it is.
Frankenstein?
It's not quite the same, but talking about your health, your weight, those things.
Yeah. You know what? That is great. That is a great point. That is
Yeah.
so taboo. If someone drinks too much, call them an alcoholic, or start to try an intervention if you've got good friends and such.
That's good friends.
Right,
yes,
right,
yes.
yeah. Drugs, similar thing, right?
Yeah.
Depending where you're at, we'll probably talk about that. But you're right. Obesity?
There's no food intervention.
No, there's not. And in fact, we're more encouraging, enabling of people that are overweight because we sympathize in some way with them.
I think to a point, if it starts to visually or outwardly affect their health, yeah.
Yeah, no, I have to admit. So, and again, it's one of those hard things where I do have a member of the family. They are. I don't see them terribly often, even though they're technically living close. But like, even it's one of those. I've somewhat said, hey, you should, you could try just doing simple things, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do I actually do anything though? No, I just tell
Right.
them how they could be better.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Exactly. We don't take it upon ourselves to do those things.
Yeah, and that's really where it comes down to. And we've talked about, like, really they have to make the choice,
That's
blah, 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 blah.
ultimately it,
But
right?
it's one of those that, yeah, you're right, because obesity, that sort of thing, if it was drugs, alcohol, I maybe feel a little bit more involved, maybe.
Agreed.
But yeah, in this case, nah.
I think our culture also promotes.
Does it hurt somebody's feelings more to call them fat than an alcoholic?
I guess
I
it depends.
Don't know.
But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, it depends on who they are, right? If you're,
And
what
is
if
it
you're an alcoholic fat guy?
and is it affecting like alcohol? Being an alcoholic affects a lot of other aspects of life, as opposed to being somebody being fat.
Well, it
how
depends
so?
on how fat. Because if they are truly over or obese, then yes, it can affect them just as much, if not more.
Not the person themselves. It affects people around. Like somebody's a drunk, they're can be an asshole or
That all could be
not
wonderful.
not going to work or doing this or doing that.
Same
But
thing
this-
if you're horribly obese.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I would say that there's so many different variations of alcoholism as
Oh,
there is
yeah.
obesity,
Yeah.
right? So I don't.
oh.
But I would say obesity has an overall effect on your health, in every aspect of it.
Well, yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a
Yeah,
negative
no,
way.
it's one of those, yeah. Because again, there is just overweight or needs to be better in shape, which is one of those personal things. But then there's that obese where, yeah.
round is a shape.
What is this?
It is a shape. I just mean that standard, being in shape in the sense of the proper shape that the medical system has demonstrated for us.
That's true. Yeah. No, I remember my overweight days. It was not a good time. When I look
Yeah,
back
it's one
on
of
it.
those meisms. I've never been. I personally have never perceived myself as really overweight.
Mm,
I've been horribly skinny back
yeah.
when I was a kid, but that's also, being a kid and how I did things.
Oh,
Ate
sure.
7 chocolate bars a day instead of anything real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I remember. I remember. I don't know if people wouldn't acknowledge that I was fat, but like nobody really tried to make an
Yeah.
effort to change it. I knew I was fat,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where I wasn't really offended. I would just kind of skirt it, I'd brush it off. I wouldn't
Yeah.
look
No,
at
I'm
people.
relaxed. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I gotcha.
And then just try to find the things you like to do.
Well, no, you've done that right thing of kind of turning around in that sense of you chose to start to get better.
Exactly.
You chose to, do more yoga.
Exactly.
Keep an eye on what you're eating. Because again, that's one thing I have to admit, even I do. Do I work out constantly? Do I make sure everything I eat is healthy? No. But I
No.
do try to keep it relatively
things.
limited. If
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
have, some sort of granola bar from the No Frills that I know is just sugar with oats, I limit to that to, once every few days.
Fair. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you
But-
don't go and tell somebody else, dude, you really shouldn't be eating that, eh?
Yeah, I know. But I wonder if you should more.
Again,
Not in a rude way, or maybe.
but it to
like-
me, like most tabooisms, it depends on the person and how you know them and like how integrated. If
Yeah,
if
but,
it was
you know-
and suddenly you started eating, 4 kilograms of sausages a day, I'd be like, Chris,
I would never tell
dude,
you I was eating 4 kilograms of
dude.
dick. I mean sausage every day.
Oh no, dick you can do. Just
Oh,
not
that's
sausages.
okay. That's fair.
You,
But-
you don't swallow the actual dick.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. That's why.
you
You,
know,
No, you don't
come
like
on.
swallow.
no,
and
the
digest
calories
it.
within my sperm is fine. Yeah, my
That's
semen.
that's protein.
Yeah, it's good
It
for
is.
you.
It's good
Yeah,
protein.
yeah.
It's
I
good
add it to my
daily
plants
dose.
every day.
That's true.
We didn't talk about that yet, but I was going to bring it up later.
That's good. Oh shit.
Oh, he's been feeding
He's
us
upgraded.
tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Oh Lord. Why are those
And
tomatoes
cute-
milky white?
Cucumbers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, where were we?
What we're talking about? I blame you guys.
I blame you.
We're talking about tomatoes.
Tomato.
Oh, Lord.
I can't eat too many. I get a cummy ache.
Oh, Jesus. That's fucking ridiculous.
But yeah, no, to me, it is really just if it's somebody that you know well and you can have a good conversation, generally, even taboos, it's best to try to bring up in that polite, proper way.
I
Yeah,
hear
it
you.
doesn't really, it's very rare you can go up to even somebody you know well and be like, you're a fat motherfucker getting in it. Like, no, they're going to
No.
instantly be defensive.
But I do think shame is a great motivator.
Once the other person starts to get into
Yes,
the group.
it's a great motivator to suicide.
Yeah.
Not always.
Yeah.
Not
And
it could
always.
be.
It
Like
could
I
be.
remember
Could-
seeing this
it
one
could be a
video.
great
Yeah, I
motivator.
know. But like, yeah, mental health is the thing. I get it. But I remember this. There was these two friends, and I mean they're friends, sure. But this one guy was really obese, and I saw this video where his friend like every day was like, "You're a fat fuck," He
Yeah.
just kept saying, "You're a fat fuck." Every day we just text him, "You're a fat fuck." And he did this, and then finally, maybe like after 2 years of this, the kid's like clicked in. And he fucking started working out, lost all the weight,
And then he murdered his friend.
in Mortal Kombat. He's like, "Fuck you, bitch!
Right?
You're going down."
No, but see that in some ways it could have been good because they, again, if you're tight, know one another. Every time he's getting that, he knows what his friend's really saying
Right.
is that, hey, come on, let's get going.
Exactly.
And that's where you find, that's why it always works generally for these taboo topics if you know the person.
Fair.
Because you're knowing that right way to help, to be there.
Yeah. It's trust, right?
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
there. Yeah. Whereas if it's a stranger, no, fuck off.
Yeah.
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 Even if
Unless they
that
really are
stranger's
fat,
being wonderfully
then you
polite.
should say it if they really are fat.
No,
Like,
it's one of those-
Hey, bitch, get out the fucking food.
Eat an apple.
just try a salad. Just try it. Just go ahead and see what it's like.
Totally off topic. I always love that. Yeah, I'll have a salad. I'd like the extra creamy topping with more cheese.
Cheese and bacon.
the
Yeah,
fatty
Diet
meat.
Coke.
Diet Coke.
Yeah, and a Diet Coke.
Yeah, exactly.
I always love it.
Yeah.
I had a salad though. It's fine.
I do think we should be promoting in our culture anti-obesity things. Like I
think we do.
often say, like, you know, you and we were all smokers. You still are a smoker, but we were also smokers, and we were growing up. The biggest anti-smoking campaigns in history.
Even when I
Oh, yeah.
started, it was already
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And now we've seen smoking on a big decline.
Yeah.
Not vaping, but smoking is on a
Vaping's
decline, right?
way up.
But I do think that the obesity is like a huge epidemic and a strain on our healthcare system more than most
Yeah,
other
it
things.
is.
So I feel like if we did put more of an emphasis on healthier eating styles and such, then I think we would be in a better position.
I
as
would
species.
argue back that again, like most things in the world, is that I think we are doing the right things. Calories, you know, the elements that are in the product, all these things are displayed. But yes, it does require the person to inspect and make the decision. Because the reality is, and this is where we always run that fine line of, it's always up to you to make these decisions.
Yeah, at the end of the day, right? Like we are still in a free society for the most
exactly.
part.
So unless
Sure.
we're going to unfree it, which sounds weird.
Which we are kind of.
Yeah, that's more south of us. They're doing that.
Well, I don't know.
I'm sorry. That's going to be
I don't-
such a show.
I know it is.
A
It's gonna be
scary
good.
show, maybe.
I don't think our show's much better.
Again,
Our show's pretty draconian in his
speaking of things we're not supposed to talk about.
I know.
I
We're
just
gonna
wanna-
get to that in a second.
It's one of those things where, and again, this is me just being horrible human.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
looking at this going, this is such, like, everything's getting so prepped for this. Holy fuck, this is going to be just a horrendous, awful something.
Yeah.
Whereas 4 years from now, I'm going to be like, that's kind of a letdown. A whole lot of
I
nothing
bet
happened.
you that's what it's gonna be like.
A whole
Why
lot
do-
of
why do
nothing
you think
happened.
changes.
Why do you think we all got notifications on our phones today?
Yeah, about
Wow.
emergency warnings.
You guys got alerts?
I did, yeah.
Oh, no.
The test
Yeah,
alert.
what-
Yeah, the emergency alert
Yeah, yeah.
system.
Maybe
The
the
government's
ones-
ensuring that we're all prepped for the things that are
know,
likely
eh?
going to start.
Crazy. Yeah, so obesity sucks. All right. Well, let's talk about politics and why you can't talk about them. Why is it such a
Because
taboo
people want to
topic?
murder each other over them.
It's true, but it
It
wasn't
is
always
true.
like that.
I think it was actually.
It's one of
No,
the hardest
no.
topics to agree
But-
to disagree on.
Yes.
You're right, but here's the thing: it wasn't always like that. There was a point in time where I remember people were liberal or they were conservative or they were Democratic or Republican, and they were still friends. They just had differing opinions. Now the tribalism's so fucking great. Yeah, people just stop talking to each other. Families stop talking to each other because they believe differently.
It can be. And again, I'll be honest, I don't know how much it has changed over time, but like I know for a fact that my wonderful wife and I, we are very different in our opinions and thoughts
No.
generally on governments and what they
Because your
should be
fucking
doing.
wife's awesome.
It just- and again, I will also admit, do we talk about it a lot? No, because even as we've both said to one another to a certain extent, generally the big challenge with something like politics is when you're talking with somebody, what are you trying to do?
Convince them.
Or
Mhm.
tell them that they're wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's always the challenge for a topic like politics, where I could certainly share. And again, I've had good chats where I've simply shared my perspective. They've shared theirs, and we both smile and nod one another, and we go along our way.
There you go.
Those are some of the best.
That's why can't it always be like that?
Because we're human.
Nah,
One of those
you
annoying
just
things.
Bring those
Well,
damn
it's
emotions in.
like it's the same as a hockey team.
Yeah.
No, hockey's like the last acceptable form of like hate.
It's funny. I was actually
It's
just
the same thing.
just the other day. I was out curling with a bunch of guys, and we started getting the topic of hockey while we're at the table.
Yeah.
We all liked a different team, so we all decided we don't like each other anymore.
Ah, see?
See?
See what I mean?
because
Like,
you
why
get
to
this
get me
men-
friends?
It's because you get this mentality of my team.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
That's
we
my-
did. We very much
Fuck
did.
did you do this season?
Fuck yeah, you did
Fuck,
shit
you
off.
fucking tuned in on your
right.
fat ass
I
drinking
know.
beer, eating chips.
Actually,
That's why it doesn't make sense. That's why everyone says we won. Like, what the fuck did you
Dude, what
do?
did you fucking win?
What did you do? What did
You didn't
make-
score the fucking
Did you
goal.
make a fucking call for a special play?
If I
No,
not
don't
been
think
yelling
so.
at the television, they would not have
Exactly.
properly done the
This is
game
fucking
proper.
crazy. Don't get me wrong. I like sports and all, but you're right. That's crazy. People are like, no.
Well, it's the same thing.
But
with
politics-
fucking political parties.
Yeah, it is, but it shouldn't be because I mean, political parties. Yeah, you might have differing opinions, but that doesn't mean you have to fight about it, right? I feel people are very sensitive. That's why I'm
Well,
trying to understand
Civil
how
War,
we've gotten
man.
to this.
No, I don't
Point.
think we're near Civil War, in all honesty, my perspective. But
That's
again,
what the Civil War was about.
no Civil War.
the big challenge is you even look at,
No.
you know, I'm going to pick
Don't do
on
that.
Canadian
Fine.
government, but while they're in the House, they're having their discussions on the floor. 90% they're just yelling at one another for the giggles and shits, just to get,
Think
you know,
so?
aired on the telly. Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
I think so.
Where
Think we
it'd
got a
be
C-SPAN?
nicer,
You
and
think
again,
it's like wrestling?
I wish it was more in that sense. I just that vibe, that difference where, and again, when I finally run for the government and I take ownership of the world,
Yeah, when are you gonna fucking start that, dude?
I am simply going to be honest with everybody. Here's my opinion. Here's my thought. Oh, well, they say this. Well, and here's why I disagree. Here's how I think this is better. I'm not going to call them the dick that they are, the asshole that they act as. No,
Yeah.
just focus on those different things. Whereas we have, even on our side of the fence, it's far more of, no, he's a shithead. Here's why. Oh, no, he's a shithead.
Right, it's all mudslinging.
She's a bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, she's really not a human.
Yeah, yeah.
Clearly, she's an alien.
Yeah, exactly. So
And look at that guy. That's not even his hair.
it's one of those things where I'd love to see a politician start to go down that path of open, but the reality is they won't be a politician if they're that
That's
open.
true.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
you're
work.
right. No,
The game's already been
or you
set.
get
gotta
shot.
play by the rules.
they kill you.
No.
Shot.
Like if I'm playing
Dead.
chess, I'm like, well, why can't the fucking knight move in this way? No, it has to be this way. No, but I want them to move differently. I want to
I
change
get.
this.
No, I understand. Yeah, it's a system is a system.
Exactly.
But I feel like something has changed in the way our political views have altered us. Like we're different as a society now. People fight about it so much, and I understand there's a personal element to it. But just
No,
because
no,
you're on
I
different
gotcha.
sides doesn't mean you've got to be fucking angry about it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the big thing.
And don't get me wrong, and that's on both sides. If your side's winning, don't fucking egg them on. You know what I mean? Don't be a douche. Don't be try to be healthy. If you're on the losing side, don't do things like steal the vote.
Yeah, no, I have
Don't
to
do
admit,
that.
I'm less concerned on
be-
that front personally, and it's more, and it's a thing I think I've said even here before is when you're going to vote now. Again, I will have the more of the Canadian perspective, but
Oh, yeah,
it's that
eh?
concept of like when you're going to
Hockey
vote,
sticks and
you vote
maple
for
syrup.
your MP, MPP based on their local policy because that's going to affect you more. And then secondarily, that's where you start to go with that change. Because that's one thing I personally am a fan of the way we do things in Canada. The States is very different. Not that I'm knocking. It's just one of those I'm knocking.
Yeah.
Because, I like that idea personally that by MP, okay, you are the one that's committing to this. So you personally, like that's who I care more about.
I feel that.
I shouldn't say personally because I don't know any of our MPPs or
I don't
MPs
fucking
personally,
know.
but
So that's
You
why I
got the
typically
grok.
vote for who has the best hair that day. That's usually who I think I gotta vote for. I say, hey, I think I like that person's style.
yeah.
I like their
I'm not
style.
gonna lie. Sometimes that does make me do that second. Maybe.
Maybe.
I really wish he was a better person. That way I could vote, but nah.
I mean, yeah, it's always challenging.
I vote for whoever went blackface
Oh,
in a picture.
Gotcha.
that's a lot of them.
Well, no, but see, that's just it. Locally, none of our MPs have done that. So you voted for your MP, and they are part of a party that put him specifically in the lead of that party.
Sure.
That's true.
Because again, that's one thing I have to admit. And again, this is me from being a Canadian saying how we're better than everybody else.
Kick off, eh?
Yeah. It's just one of those things that really, when we vote, we're voting just for that person to have their voice as part of a party.
It's
'Cause
really
even
it.
within the party, they can say no.
That's right.
That's where I started to get a little bit pissy. And this happened, God, I think it's been like 15 years where there was a bunch of the I disagree, and they got kicked out of the party. And they're like, okay, we'll join the other side.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no.
Fuck
But
that.
no. Oh, those red guys. Oh, those blue guys. Arrgh.
Yeah, no,
Kid
that's
Rock
generally,
played.
yeah.
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 But yeah, like,
Ba
it's
with a
just-
ba.
but yeah, you don't talk about that generally with random strangers. or
Here's the
anything.
thing. I think you should be allowed to talk politics. You could be as heated as you want, as long as you promise to give each other a hug at the end. I think
It doesn't have to be a hug, handshake, high five.
something. To
I'm not a
show,
hugger.
Hey,
There you go.
that's
One
fair.
of those
No,
things.
you're right. I'm not a
a
hugger either.
I
Yeah.
think it has to be a Dutch rudder.
Oh, boom. Yeah, there you go. I agree.
It's a Dutch
actually, there
rudder.
you go. A Dutch rudder.
I saw the action for the
Yeah.
listeners out there.
Double Dutch rudder. That's right. Yeah, no, that's fair. But if you can't do a double Dutch rudder, I think handshake or fist bump or high five.
Again,
will do.
like most topics, things that are opinion, because again, politics is 90% opinion. Because even
It's
if somebody
true.
says they're going to do these 5 bajillion things, they maybe do one of them. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great track record.
Oy vey. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah,
And
our
then they
side of the
reverse
fence
it.
will be next year on that.
Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, politics. Now we understand why no one talks about them.
Well, it's just one of those you can talk about it, but again, you called it already. As long as it's 2 people just chatting,
Exactly.
that's fine.
Yeah, we've all had differing political opinions.
Because I've
but no
had
one
chats
wants
with
to kill each
people
other.
where it starts out okay, and then it's "you're wrong," and I'm like, "Well, okay, shit, sorry."
It's
I
true.
admit I've gotten to that age now. Like once upon a time, I'd maybe fight back. Now, oh, okay, I just whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Go believe what you gotta believe.
Yeah,
I avoid
Yeah,
those
believe.
conversations completely.
I
'Cause
know.
I
You
don't.
get all emotional and shit.
yeah. Some people I can have chats with. There are some people that I know it just hasn't clicked right, so I don't bother.
It's
Yeah.
true.
I just have no interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have as much interest now as I did 20 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I love pushing buttons. So if someone's very heated emotionally about political opinions, I may have a differing one.
Just for the giggle.
Just for the Just for the gigs.
Just to spin it up a
No,
little
why
bit.
Let's be silly. Speaking of silly,
But that's how you get murdered.
no, it isn't.
Maybe.
How you can get punched?
Maybe.
Run over
Maybe
in a
get
parking
punched.
lot.
Yeah,
maybe. Possibly. Possibly get run over.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's
Like
exactly
I
it.
heard you say that you liked Hulk Hogan.
That's true.
And
I
he was
do.
like, oh, I like Andre the Giant. So he ran you over.
Ran me over, yeah. It's true.
Mm.
Speaking of that, religion is a taboo topic.
Good Lord.
But it's an interesting taboo topic
Got a hanger.
because it's one of those taboo topics where most people will that have, say, some sort of religion in them or faith, they will identify as such, Christian, Muslim, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Right? And that's usually kind of it. That's usually like where the talking points kind of stop.
Yeah.
No one really wants to talk about the nuances that get into that.
Yeah, no, because it's one of those. To me, it's similar in politics, only a lot more unlikely to change for no true argument. And now, this is my perspective. See, even I'm already putting my spin on it
Oh,
because I'm not religious at all. I see no value or point.
wow.
But
You do believe in the
others,
no God.
Maybe that's a religion too.
That's right.
it technically
That
is. It's
technically.
yeah, it is. But it's one of those things of. But
And
I
you
also.
are ordained as a Jedi, so
I have to
He's
admit, I
a
had a
dude.
really
dude, sorry.
awesome conversation with a fellow named Kevin that I work with. And this is going back 10 sort of years. And we had a great chat in which he's this very, very, I forget which exactly Christian he is, but he's a Christian type of guy.
mhm.
And we actually had a good chat about, he was talking about all the things that, why and what he tries to aim for and do. I talked about my side.
So
At the end of it, we're done.
I'd
It
always
was a good chat.
lead a conversation, like go into a conversation like that saying, I'm interested in, right? Like I worked with people, like Tip Top Taylor, who were like, Muslim or Punjabi and stuff like that. It's like, I want to know about your religion. Please tell me about it.
But why?
Oh, but that's
Because
actually,
they tell you?
Because I'm interested. I'm curious, and
Oh,
usually
I
that
see.
would open up the conversation.
that's
to,
a good perspective. Yeah.
to
That's a
something
weird way.
something as opposed to like, this is what I believe. Fuck you.
Yeah, no,
Right? It
that's a really
never-
good.
Those are two extremes.
Yeah, no,
One
I
if
actually
no
that's
one
a really
say
good
fuck
way of
you.
going about it, AJ. I like that. That
It's
you
good
know,
to be open
Yeah,
with the
Chris,
questions.
shut
yeah,
up.
it's just it's not even about being open. It's just I don't know much about this. Could you share some?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, what does it look like? What
Yeah.
are something different that you're aware of, or so what's the sort of philosophies? That's
Yeah.
actually a really good way of going about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Chris.
Just say it's too extreme.
I've
It's
never
like-
actually done that because again, And again, part of this is also now just me being me.
Hey, when you talk
I
about
don't
religion, you
care.
gotta talk about extremists.
You don't have to.
You got to.
No,
No,
you
you
don't.
Yeah,
You
yeah, you
don't.
do.
See, that's the other thing. If you start to have a conversation with something, you don't need to go all the way to the extreme of that conversation.
true.
You can start, just go up the steps one at a time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all it is.
How conversations work.
Yeah, we don't need to go all the way to the end battle. Nah, let's warm it up. Get the greasing palms rolling.
I think
greasy palms.
I think
Wow.
because people identify their religion as something that's helped them in pivotal points in their life.
Oh yeah,
That's
and good for
why.
them. Fucking A.
I don't know, yeah, but that's why I think people have a hard time discussing it in a deep or intimate format with anybody that maybe not identify as such. Like you might get the beliefs and why they believe certain things, but to get the more nuanced understanding, that's something that's probably
It's
meant
further
for.
up the stairs.
You got it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
No, I have to admit, like to me, that actually is a good explanation. Because could I go up to some random person in a Christian church and just be like, "Hey, dude, why do you hang out here? Tell me all about this."
Yeah.
But see, I think that's the thing.
well,
It's
unless
like,
you go on their
what-
testimony day.
I think that the why do you question is the thing that makes people a little defensive about. It's like, why do you do that?
Yeah, like come
So
on.
why do you believe in Jesus? Like
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, that's a fair argument
As
too.
opposed to like, hey, I'm just curious. Like,
Yeah, I don't know anything about this.
What,
What's it
what,
look like?
what do you get from believing in the Jesus?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
What's your perspective?
being down with Xenu.
Nice. I
Do-
like
do,
this
Do you
thought.
know where Shelley Miscavige is?
What made you really want to see Trump be leader of the Americans? Just curious.
What? Did he bring politics and religion?
Well, no, because I have to admit, I've never
Then
thought of
you-
it this
then
way.
you have to go talk to an entire organization. They're called the KKK.
Oh my! Whoa!
This is what I always love about AJ. He's just he
Not
makes
a
really good
sponsor.
points, and
And
then
he
boom,
tanks
she's
it
way
like
over
that.
there.
KKK are not a sponsor this episode.
I'm not a big fan
Yeah.
of the crufty Kit Kats either.
I don't really like those guys.
I like Krispy Kreme cronuts.
Cronuts.
The Chris Can Club.
Kourtney Kardashian's country club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's been there.
So yeah,
Yep. I have not been
great way to lead with open-ended questions, AJ.
Yeah.
To ease the tension of things like.
No,
religion.
you did it right because it's not so much defend or why. It's just, hey, I don't know much about this.
Sure.
I like this idea. I
Yeah.
got to remember it.
Learn me.
I always
Yeah.
say,
Under the guise
hey,
of-
I read
of
this on
being-
the internet. Is this true? Let me know. Hey,
That might be kind of a rough
Like,
start.
yo. guys really do this?
Yeah. I
Really,
read
this
this
is
on
you?
the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I read a whole
exactly.
article about
I
this.
love things. So I'm an expert now on your religion for the
Yeah.
article I read. But that's how I approach
Yeah.
people.
I know we've
How
talked
ma-
about before.
How
I
many
never
people
believed.
were bummed that their carpenter died?
That's a good point.
Hey, Margaret, did you hear that guy that made our coffee table got crucified?
I mean, doesn't that make everyone kind of a carpenter that's like, done woodworking class?
No, you have to like continue to do it. And like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's just
I
built something.
recently did electrical work in my house.
that wouldn't.
Oh, bro, I've seen you do electric work a lot. You're an electrician.
Yeah.
I
I
was gonna say, that
basically.
doesn't make you an electrician.
No,
Yeah,
it does,
no,
though.
it does. Like, because
It
I had to
also
like,
might make your house a fire trap.
I had to like pull the lights out, take out the old tubey stuff,
Yeah.
take off the adapter,
Oh,
replug
yeah,
it
I'm
all in
never
with
visiting Dave's
LEDs.
house.
Yeah. And
And
no,
you've
no.
been electrocuted more times than most electricians.
Oh, God.
I'm
I
gonna
have.
die in a house fire after eating cum fruit. Kumquats.
Oh my god.
That was a missed
Cum squats.
opportunity.
I know.
He
right?
really likes cum, doesn't he?
He's very-
He just
that's
can't
why he's
never
got
let
the-
it go.
That's why he's got the cummy ache.
Yeah,
That's
why-
right.
That's exactly it.
That's right. I like my cummy bears.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Religion.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it's
Speaking
my.
of being full of cum, religion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's definitely a very interesting topic today. That's for sure. People talk religion. What are some other taboo topics?
I think we've covered all the major ones, haven't we?
What about the lambada, the forbidden dance?
The
Don't talk about
forbidden
that. You don't
dance.
talk about that.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
good.
the
Well,
lambada.
there's death, but I've never really understood that one as a forbidden topic.
no.
No, I have to admit, like when somebody passes away,
It's really only forbidden like in our culture. You know what I mean? It's not.
people don't
it's
like
not-
to talk about it. I guess.
Yeah, that's
a
true, but
better
I
way
think
to phrase
again,
it.
it depends on the death,
Yeah,
right? If it's more of like a tragic situation, then yeah, it's a little more.
It's harder.
taboo to.
Well,
but like
if
like my aunt who died at like 98 because she was old.
Yeah.
Right. It was one of those like, oh, you know,
Yeah, my
Aunt
grandfather
Mary passed away. Bummer.
Yeah, he
Right.
was like, I think he was 80 something. He unfortunately already had lost most of his marbles, but so by the time he was gone, he didn't even know he was a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Right. That's There have been very few funerals I've probably cried at.
Funerals, no.
Usually
yeah.
when it's like my grandpa passing away, that was sad because it was more tragic because he just like dropped dead of a heart attack.
Yeah, that does suck.
But then my dad's dad, who like you said,
Yeah.
like, he had dementia, he was super old. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you've kind of lived your life, man.
Yeah, it's time to go.
It's
to
time
move
to
on.
go. Or my aunt, my great aunt, who was
Yeah,
in her late 90s. It's like, okay, you did your thing, man.
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
Like,
Those are the best. Yeah.
I'll miss you, but it's not like a
yeah.
boo-hoo, I'll miss you.
Yeah, it's
It's
not
like,
an
oh, I'll
unexpected
miss you.
dealing with the, because again, that is the one, I guess, for the simpleness that I have put it in my brain. For those type of things, it's somewhat more expected.
For lack
and-
of a better term, it's
yeah.
one of those it's about time kind of mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah,
yeah,
I was expecting it, didn't know
Yeah.
when, but yeah,
yeah,
it makes
it's all
sense.
good. It's all good. Versus, somebody who is 4 years younger than you, they just suddenly poof out of existence. That's a lot
Well,
harder.
even my grandpa, he was I think 67. I want to say maybe a little older, and it was more of like a went out to use the snowblower, died while using the snowblower.
Hmm.
Right, died while doing something.
Yeah.
Out of the blue.
Just
kinda thing.
unexpected. Yeah,
No heart problems really, nothing like that. Just his ticker
happened.
couldn't take it at that point in time.
Yeah,
So I'd call that more of a tragic thing.
Could be
Yeah.
swimming in a pool doing laps, and then fucking aneurysm pops in your brain.
Right?
yeah, exactly.
Die,
Good call
just
out,
like
by the
June
way.
Dwyer.
Fucking Julie Dwyer.
Yeah. Yeah, it just happens like that.
This is
Poof,
life,
live your
bro.
life. We gotta live life.
So yeah, I'd say those ones are more
They're harder.
of a
Yeah.
no touch topic. Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think death's hard because we all do it. It's going to happen to all of us, and
No.
it shows our sensitivity and vulnerability as humans. So I think that's the tricky part why we don't talk about it. But I do think we should talk about it a little more because it is going to happen to all of us. I wish it was more accepted.
I think
Yeah.
as you get older, you start to realize that, and you do talk about it more.
I think so. You
yeah,
find
because
people
when I
that
was
really-
young 20, I would make the jokes about it. Like think,
That's
oh yeah,
true.
I'm hoping
when
I'm
I
dead.
get to
but-
when I'm
yeah.
40, I'm gonna fucking.
Oh yeah, my
I'm-
buddy was one of those. I'm gonna die when I'm 27.
Yeah,
I was one of them, too.
27 club.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was similar in that sense. But
I'm
now
so
that
glad
I'm
that
older,
never happened.
yeah,
You know?
well, I am too.
You know what I
Because
mean?
I have to admit, now that I'm older, I better understand it. Do I fully grok yet? No, fuck no. But I also have to admit, like, yeah, when the day comes, like, it's just one of those, hey, hopefully I know it's coming so I can say goodbye, and hopefully
Right.
it's quick when it
Yeah.
arrives.
Mm.
Fuck.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna try to direct my own funeral. So that's another story.
Oh, I've already told my better half, hey, I just go to the pub, have a round of beers, don't talk about anything horrible, just talk about the good
Just
things I've done.
around? Fuck that, bud.
Oh, as many rounds as you'd
Dude,
like.
we're gonna be dumping beers all over.
Yeah.
everybody.
Well, I even told her I want to be in the urn by that point and
Oh,
try to leave it open because everybody could just pour
bro.
beers in.
I'm
Only-
gonna drink that shit.
Only
Oh,
songs about death are allowed at my funeral.
Only about death.
Don't fear the reaper. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Anything but Cradle of Filth.
Sure. Anything by Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I just have this picture of us all singing, "Ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, yes, the witch is dead."
Oh,
It's gonna happen.
my
Oh,
goodness.
dear Lord.
And everybody's gonna get a cowbell and they're gonna have to play along to Don't Fear the Reaper.
Yeah.
That's fucked
Yeah.
up.
But yeah, I have to admit, it's just, it happens
I'm
to us
gonna-
all, so let's
I'm gonna
best
make
handle.
sure that when I'm buried, I'm gonna have a big giant smile on my face like this.
So we're killing you with Joker gas.
Mhm.
Sure. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's right.
Embalming you with Joker gas.
And that's right. Yeah. Next will be dead by
Yeah, I
then.
have to admit, I'm one of those annoying. Nah, when I pass away, throw the body in the fire. Fine, yeah. Do a cremate, dump me somewhere in the backyard. Done.
Yeah.
I'm not here. I don't care.
As Willie Nelson said, roll me up and smoke me when I die.
Don't do that. Even I.
Okay,
No.
we'll use my ashes in the
Listen.
dirt for the plant that
There
you
you go.
smoke.
There you go.
Here's
Throw me
the
in the
thing.
compost. Piss
Out
in
of
the,
my
You
skull
don't-
that you make a bong out of.
You don't want to do that because we saw what happened in South Park when Cartman
Yeah, but
drank.
you wouldn't be directly ingesting my ashes, though.
Well, you would have kind of heard of it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I smoked so much.
Well, you got smoked the
I'd
weed
suck
and then
your soul into my body.
drink the chocolate milk
Oh, yeah, I would.
that you're given after you smoke the joint.
That's right.
The very gray chocolate
Oh
milk.
God, what would that be like having you fucking live inside my head? Shit. Fuck. That'd be fucked up.
Hurt the clown.
Are you guys all in my head already?
I have no reference.
I
And I
don't either.
smile
Yeah.
in politeness.
Yeah. And people don't know where they're gonna go when they die, so I think people are worried.
Oh no,
about
we
us
never
for that.
know.
I know where I'm going.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, St. Louis.
nice.
Oh.
Not gonna go to San Diego Jacket.
No.
No.
Jagging it. No, I'm gonna go to California with all the homeless people.
Oh, that's a good call. That's a good spot.
California
Yeah.
loves the homeless.
California.
California.
That was good.
California.
Nice.
California good.
You guys ever think about the fact that in Home Alone, Kevin McAllister could have just called the cops and been safe?
Yeah, I thought about that.
That would have been a really boring movie.
But he decided he wanted to go on a murderous rampage and murder 2 men.
Yeah.
Or attempt to murder 2 men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was what
When he could have just, again, called the cops the entire time and been like, hey, my parents left
Well,
me
yeah, the
home
mother
alone."
calls the cops in this movie, and the cop comes by, knocks on the door, and nobody answers, so the cop leaves, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to call the cops because then he doesn't get to hang out at his home by himself.
Yeah.
He's all scared.
I like
He's
the
all
one.
scared.
Yeah, the internet was back
And you're
then.
like, don't be
You
scared.
could have
Oh, yeah. That's one thing. We talk about this. That was made, what, 90? 91?
92?
Right? Like,
The one-
CAS
yeah.
wouldn't have
Fuck.
taken him away in the 90s.
No,
They would have just like been like, oh, you shouldn't have left your son home.
that's true. They just tried calling 1,000 times. That's right. Yeah.
Nowadays, they would have been like, oh, you went to the mailbox? Oh, you can't have a son.
That's right. Oh, no. It's almost as bad as sending to the store with a note for cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You know what is taboo?
Mm.
Talking about disabilities.
Yeah, that is.
Like,
interestingly
Sitting
so.
and having a conversation about my kid who has autism.
Yeah.
Right.
And I will admit that, yes, you're right. If you, and again, it's one of those, if the person you're speaking with isn't ready or understanding, they can sometimes get too nervous and shy to really be able to have it. Yeah. That's one of those.
Sure.
Yeah. Because
They don't want to be offensive, right?
well, they don't want to be offensive. They don't know how to respond. And that's, and again, I try, again, in this context and other contexts, if somebody's explaining something like this, I'm like, okay, I have to admit, like, I don't really understand, but, you know, does things like this work? And I'm not trying to tell another person how to act, react. It's more of, I'm just understanding more.
Sure.
There's a dude who lives down the road from us. He's the dad of the 2 little boys who go to school with Max. And we always make jokes, like, around autism and stuff like that, just to kind of get his
Normalize it.
reaction.
Yeah.
Not even normalize
Okay.
it. It's almost like a shock factor sort of thing.
Sure.
Like Taylor will fall and bonk his head or something.
Mm.
And Nikhil and I look at each other and be like, "Oh, careful! That's how he gets the autism."
Ouch.
And Buddy would be like,
Wow.
"What do you say that? What do you mean?" What? It's
Uh-huh.
like, it's a joke.
Yeah, relax. We're
It's
just all having fun
okay.
here.
That's
All
not
fun.
how you get the autism.
That's right.
He hasn't had that vaccine yet.
Wow.
You gotta play. You gotta play.
Yeah. No, I will admit that, yes, because, and you've actually made a really good example. Since it's something part of your life, you are far more used to it. You're acclimated. Where, yeah, somebody who does not have this, that's too much out, you know, further down out in the sea than they're used
Oh
to.
yeah,
or
people don't
understand.
understand our game of autism or asshole.
Yeah. Are they autistic or an asshole?
Yeah, sometimes you have to ask yourself: is my kid being an asshole,
Or is
or
he
is
being
he just?
autistic?
Is it his autism? Autism.
That's a fair
Autism.
argument. I like that.
I almost put a different emphasis on a different syllable there.
It's allowable.
The autism, autism.
That's real.
But yeah, no, it's definitely something
That's a
people
good
kind
argument.
of look at. Like, I don't want to talk about that, or
Yeah.
like, I don't know how to talk about that.
Well, if they don't know how to respond to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also don't. They think they're gonna like offend us by asking questions too.
Yeah.
It's like, but don't.
Yeah.
But how do you learn?
That's fair.
You have to ask the questions.
We'll just look it up online.
Well, no,
Yeah,
well,
look it up on Wikipedia.
to be honest, and it's one of those, as I've gotten older, I'm still not good at it because I will admit I am a far more inner person. I don't really reach out to other people around me, but when I'm given those lovely opportunities, have those conversations, I generally try, and we've talked about it already, that sense of, so I don't really understand it, but, you know, is it this sort of thing?
Mhm.
Am I wrong? And which I've been often told, yeah, you're wrong. It's more like this. And it's like, oh shit, I really did not know this.
But that's how you learn.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
But yeah,
Be
I'm more
scared.
of I'm one of those. I've talked about it many times. I don't need 400 billion friends or people I talk to. I just need 3 or 4. I'm good.
You know what else is taboo?
I need 3 to 40
Yeah,
billion.
everybody's different. Yeah. What else is taboo?
Queefs.
They shouldn't be, but they are.
But they are.
Yeah, you're right.
No, they should not be normalized.
Yeah.
They're dude, babies come from there. Should have did that. He's just a boy.
But don't poop babies come from the farts?
No,
No.
no. That's why women shouldn't.
I really
That's why queefs are
dislike
gross.
wet farts. Good
Oh,
Lord, as
boy.
I've gotten older.
Oh my gosh.
Those are just
Speaking of-
sharts.
Speaking of taboo,
Yeah.
Dave's charts.
Oh,
Dave
Jesus.
Sharts.
I've gotten to that lovely age where, yeah, if it's one of those I feel a fart, it's not like when I was a kid, I just like push it out. No.
Okay, do
Oh,
that
no,
Hold it
no,
in,
no, no.
let it come out natural because, I've had it too many
Again,
times.
not having a gallbladder that like triples that
that
factor.
threat?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like you got to be sure it's a fart.
Oh, yeah. I
you
don't
got
even.
to 100% make
Sure.
sure if it's a fart. It's a fart.
I do not push at all anymore. I've learned my lesson
Yeah.
more than I care to admit where I've just thought it was a fart. Go to, fuck. A little bit of wetness in there. Shit.
Or you end up touching cloth. You get the groundhog in it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Little
yeah.
turtle head, poke it out.
Yeah.
Peekaboo.
Little
Or
chalk
peace
action.
boo.
Little
Oh,
streak
no,
chalk action.
I have
Peace
learned.
boo.
I have learned. I am now that old man of it just comes out naturally.
Again, something that's taboo. Poo. Talking about poo. Something that
No.
something that everybody does.
Yeah.
But you can't talk about it. It's gross.
Yeah. No, I
It's
like.
more accepted now, I think.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. I have to admit, no. Like if I'm at the office, had a big lunch and it's
Right? You
3
don't
o'clock.
talk about
and
the dump you just took when you're at the office.
Yeah,
I might later.
You don't
not
walk
in the
out of the
moment.
bathroom and go, "Whoo, that was a good one, fellas." God damn. Hey, boss, I just took a wicked crap.
I guess it depends on who you are.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. Because in this particular office, it's one of those annoying. I shouldn't say annoying, but we have the 2 stalls and they're like right beside each other. And I have heard more than once where, hey, I'm here using the facilities, and somebody will come in and go out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's because they also need to take a shit, but they don't want to be having one right beside somebody.
Right? And they don't want you to know that
They've taken a shit. Yeah.
But you're going into the bathroom.
Yeah. And then they
So
leave.
obviously you're not like, going in there to fucking buy a Coke.
I
Yeah.
might just be going there to have a cigarette.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, those days are
You can't do that anymore.
long gone. Yeah,
It's
that
true.
style is very gone.
Yeah.
I cannot remember the last time I saw somebody try to actually smoke in a improper environment is going back 20 years and was an old lady on the bus who was not quite here with us anymore. Yep, her brain was already
She
a little
didn't
out of
make
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Notice how you're trying to skirt the topic of poo.
No.
You feel it's
You
a
did
little
change.
a tapu.
No. I don't mind throwing poop at the wall.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, I have to admit, that's one of those things that doesn't bug me too much. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to touch poo, but
try not
when
to
I have
touch
kids
it.
and shit, babies,
Yeah. Yeah. You used to it.
sometimes, yeah, you get right
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
true.
Fuck. Wash your hands
So-
really good afterwards.
Yeah. No. I've shot myself a bunch of times. Numerous
yeah.
times.
I've not done a
I've
full
sharded.
shit
I
yet.
shot on my friend's couch.
I've sharded.
I felt bad about that,
Yeah.
and I just flipped the cushion. That was no big deal.
Nice.
And then,
Like it busted through both layers onto the
Yeah.
couch.
Yeah.
That's not a shard. That's a straight up shit.
Yeah,
I'm-
that's a
I'm
full.
aware.
That's a
explosion.
full on fucking.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's an
things
You
slowed
explosion.
down.
shat on your
Yeah.
friend's
regardless,
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of shit. However, the topic of it is interesting that people don't want to talk. Well, like you're right, everyone does it, but I think it's because of the gross factor, and because
Yeah.
we're relatively controlled about it. But those times it's not. People do not want to talk about it.
But everybody has it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Everybody poops. Everybody pees. Everybody has boogers.
I
and
think
everybody
I
has
do. Like I
earwax.
said, I do.
Yep.
I think it's becoming more topic or more common to talk
Yeah.
about it.
Not really. Like,
Maybe amongst your friends.
Yeah.
You-
No,
you-
I'm just
you and
hearing
your
pop
weird
culture.
coworkers.
Pop culture talking about it a lot more. That's all.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I talked about my shit.
No, but you
Before
said,
tonight.
"Oh, I went for a shit the other day," and then
Like I'll tell my wife, I'll be like, I'm going for a poop.
Oh, yeah. My wife, she loves it. I always get that lie. I got to give you my nephew. He'll come upstairs. He's like, how much time till dinner? I'm like, probably another 15, 20. He goes, oh, good. I really got to poop. And then he goes back downstairs.
That's funny.
So, hey,
See
maybe it
that?
is
I'm not
changing. The
lying.
youth.
I
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
lying.
It's all different now.
Yeah, so it's just people
And of
talk
course,
about it.
even though I don't mind it, I'm sitting there going, like, really? Like, I don't mind you,
necessary?
Sherry, but
I know.
yeah, is it necessary?
But literally about
Of course, where I still love it now. This is this is an action thing. I am one of those, and I've said it before. Yellow and it mellows. Yeah, if I shit, you flush it. But if you're just taking a
Are you-
piss,
Dave,
you put the
are
lid
you-
down and you're done.
When you do run for office, is that going to be part of your campaign?
Oh yeah,
If it's
definitely.
yellow,
yeah.
let it mellow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. Save the water.
Jesus.
Put the lid down.
He's
Don't
gonna
get me
get
wrong.
Save the turtles.
He's going to get all the hippie canola kids on his fucking
Right.
Fucking
podcast,
right, I
coming
will.
out of the woodwork to vote for him.
They're all going to be coming in their biodiesel buses.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Smell like French fries all
And
over the place.
French fries of weed.
People
Yeah.
think it's a fucking food truck.
That's true. And
Yeah,
he's
no,
gonna
it's
be
just
like,
always
"Vote
been a me.
David."
So yeah, no need to flush if it's
Vote
just in the
Dave.
urine. Who
If
put
it's
the
yellow,
lid down though?
let it mellow.
If
Yeah.
it's yellow, let it mellow. Vote
Yeah,
for
If it's
it
Dave.
makes
brown,
sense.
flush it down. That's
Yes.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
it makes perfect sense to me.
This guy's he's gonna win. He's gonna win prime minister office
Should
one
have been
day.
Camilla Harris's slogan.
Oh
If
boy,
it's orange, flush it down.
Doesn't rhyme as well.
Doesn't
Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to.
It has to rhyme.
It's
No,
true.
it doesn't have to
It
rhyme.
has to rhyme.
Imagine if he said that.
would-
Imagine if he said, "If it's brown, flush it down." Against her.
if he said that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
Immediately
he would have won.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
can't.
good
So yeah, within the certain context,
Exactly.
I definitely cannot say brown flush it down. This is fair.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm just saying context matters, folks.
Yeah, yeah, it
Context
does. It
matters.
does. That's true.
So you're okay with Asian people, but if
If
they're-
it's yellow,
if
flush
they're
it.
Middle Eastern people, flush.
Oh.
That's how people would take that.
I got to
just
give a
saying.
head nod to take something so innocent and loving as
I'm
just,
just
and then totally
I know,
ruining
I
it.
just-
Love it.
oh,
I
you know,
love it.
David.
And now I can never say this again.
David in office.
I keep my
swear.
pee in the
He's gonna
toilet.
get there. He's gonna
My
get there.
urine stays and remains in the toilet, and I only
Dave's
flush.
slogan's gonna start. If you're white, it's all right.
Oh my.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Eh. Most white people I meet now are annoying as fuck.
They are pretty annoying.
Yeah. Of course, all the
people are
other calls.
annoying.
Yeah, I'm saying it.
Yeah, pretty much everyone's annoying these days.
Everyone's
It's
annoying
age.
except for this guy I sleep with. Oy. Oh, that's just me.
Oh, okay, all right.
I was gonna say Chris.
Fuck, I was gonna say.
He's pretty
me.
annoying.
Oh no, we
Pretty
don't.
annoying.
No, we don't
You
sleep
don't
together.
sleep.
No, we just have sex.
That's
And
true.
then you go home.
Straight
Yeah.
sex,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no cuddles. It's
Mm.
pretty. Oh, you're right. There's no cuddles.
You know, the polite cuddle. I don't
That's
want to.
true.
I don't treat you like full trash.
That's true.
I
That's
imagine
nice.
Dave's the big spoon.
Ah,
No, you know
not
what?
always.
I'm
He's
a big-
taller than you.
Every so
I feel like
often.
you can like wrap
I'm
his arm.
way
around-
more
Every so
muscular.
often. Yeah. Who's more muscular?
Me.
Yeah, that's muscles.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
I'm
right.
the strongest. That's why I'm big spoon.
It's not beef jerky.
Still tough. Still tough.
It's true.
That's right. What other taboo topics we want to talk about?
I think we've now
I think
that covered it.
Covered it, yeah, pretty.
All
Boop.
right.
We'll end on a crappy note.
I love it. I love it. Let's play the brown tune, the brown note.
The B.
Exactly.
B.
It's like 3 semitones lower than E flat.
That's right. And you out there, what are your thoughts on taboo topics?
What did
you
we
like
miss?
What did we miss? Do you like what we had to talk about? We want to hear from you. Oh man, I just realized
Wanna
the
hear from
tags
you.
for this could be crazy.
When I hear from them on Twitter and MySpace,
that's
and
right.
Discord, and MSN Messenger, and
Yeah, all those places.
and Vine.
No, we want to hear from you on all our socials, wherever you find us in the comment section. Definitely on our Discord server.
Definitely
and
on it. No,
for wherever
No.
we are. Why are you taking us? What are you doing?
No.
Why, wherever you are, like and subscribe.
ICQ.
Please click a notification bell for all sarcastic distractions and all the fun stuff that we're doing. But yeah, let's keep this conversation going about these taboo topics. Let's do what they tell us not to do. And for anybody out there that likes what we're doing, we got ourselves a little buy me a coffee link. Throw some ducats there. Help us to keep the lights on. Pay for some bubblies. All those full things. And Bubbly, if you're out there, come sponsor us. But
yeah, PepsiCo.
Don't make that
Exactly.
sound again, please. No, stop.
and if you're out there and you are going through some things mentally because you're hearing what AJ's doing right now or beyond, we want you to know that you matter. And it's not just the voices in your head. It's important to talk about those things that are going on right now. So if you can't do that with the people that are in your vicinity, we want you to seek out the help that you might need through the links in our description. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
I'm to Dave.
Hey guys.
Yo.
Hey guys.
Hey.
How can you tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
I honestly don't know.
Teeth.
How?
And the nose.
One will see you later, and one will see you after a while.
I don't get it.
See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile.
He's a dad. You're a dad. How did you not get that?
Yeah, I have to admit that one
That's-
whoosh, way over
wow.
my head.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Wow.
You just stumped him.
Wow,
on
holy cow.
What? I was simply reaching out for further information
Oh.
so I could grow my understanding, and now you're pushing back.
You're right.
very,
Well,
very
anyway,
roughly.
that's how Steve.
Definitely.
That's how Steve Irwin said you can tell the difference,
That's true. This is how Dave's gonna need his mental health for this.
right? Because he was like, "Oh, that's not a stingray."
It's also right. And that was AJ. Just like that, you got yourself sarcastically distracted. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on our fun program. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Peace.
Take care, all.
Bye now.
Sometimes some crime goes slipping through the cracks, but these two gumshoes are picking up the slack. There's no case